Hello Facebook and YouTube. Today on How Hugh Eats, I'm going to start a whole series of things. I want to try to make some Bible bread, or you might have heard it called Ezekiel bread. I'm not going to do it exactly the way Ezekiel was instructed to, because at first he was told to cook it on top of, use human poop to make the fire. Then he was told, okay, use animal poop to make the fire. So I'm figuring I'd have to go read the scriptures again, but God was probably mad at Israel, and Ezekiel was going to be making proclamations against them of some sort, and he was using it as an example. But anyways, I'm going to make my version of it, and I'm going to start out by trying to gather all the different grains and beans that he was told to use. It's not as easy as you would think. So I bought some local, some I'm having to buy on Amazon. And once I have all those together, I'll do a little video about that. But what I did was I got myself a stone mill to try to make my own flour. So I'm going to talk about that tonight. And there's not that many to choose from. So I did find one on Amazon. You know, of course, it's made in China. So it's this one right here, and I'll show you a little bit more about it and a little bit of the specs on it. It was, I don't know, 130 bucks on Amazon. So, you know, you can't expect it to be great quality, but it is actually made out of granite, and it's not terrible. Looks like it should work. So let's get into that just a little bit more. Okay, so basically has two parts. We'll look at the base first. So it has this granite base with a little steel dowel in there and patterns cut in the bottom here to grind against. So we'll see how much this weighs. Weighs almost 15 pounds. It's not real big, it's about a foot across. Okay, then we have this one. Okay, and there's a hole on the top where the grain ends up falling through, falls down to the bottom, and this is a carved out channel that looks like it will allow the grain to get into here. And then this also has a pattern cut into it so that it'll grind the grain into powder, I guess. So let's see how much this weighs. Okay, that's almost 19 pounds, so that's a little bit heavier. Came with this wooden handle that is definitely not high quality, so at some point that handle is going to break, and I'm going to have to put another handle on there. But for 120 bucks, two big pieces of rock, I'll deal with it. And so this hole lines up with that, and then you'll spin that around and do the grain. So anyway, when some grain comes, I'll go ahead and give that a try. But for now, that's what we got. This is part one. Out.